Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Thursday, September 24th, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Today markets went down today, and the reasons why markets went down is because the comments made by by Mario Draghi. What Mario Draghi said is that basically they're not going to have an increase in the short term of the quantitative easing program. So if they don't have an increase of the quantitative easing program, well then there will be less stimulus in Europe, and this is why we had the euro that actually rallied today. So whenever there's no increase in the quantitative easing program, which means they will not print more euros, so there will be less supply, and this is why we have a slight rally. While the US dollar, if we take a look at the situation here of the US dollar so far has started to decline slightly though, and this decline in the US dollar has generated interesting bullish signals on the gold sector, which is the sector where I'm going to focus my attention today. And this is also a sector where that we have published on MarketGurus.tv a list of stocks that could break out or that were already breaking out. You know that you can have access to MarketGurus.tv for free for 10 days by making the free trial. Now, let's start with those stocks though. So first of all, if we take a look at the TSX, we actually have a situation in the indices where really the bearish momentum is installed. Right now on the NASDAQ, this point could be the target. On the Dow Jones, this point as well. So it's kind of normal, technically speaking, knowing that we're reaching those rebounds that we're having, knowing that we're reaching those supports, that we're having a slight intraday rebound on the American indices. But on the TSX, the situation is a little bit more negative, because when you have the energy, mining, financial sector that are joining the bearish momentum party, that's actually something that's going to bring the TSX further down. So let's see which sectors where we had most of the bearish signals and the ones where we had most of the bullish signals, and the strategy that you could adopt on those sectors. So let's start with the sector where we had several bearish signals. It's one of those sectors on the TSX is the consumer discretionary sector. We had some stocks like Hudson Bay, which broke down, Cogeco Cable, which broke down, Rona, that broke down, Amaya Gaming as well, that broke down. So we really had a wave of sellers on the consumer discretionary sector. Now on the gold sector though, I'm sorry. take into account that the gold sector is just neutral, right? We still have this neutral range that persists on the gold sector. So therefore, even if there are some buying signals in that sector, you have to take into account that we might just pause towards 131 on the gold sector. So I would say go in gradually on your long positions on gold stocks. For instance, a stock like Alacer Gold, it's not a breakout, but it's a stock that's rebounding after testing its upward trend, which means you could trend trade a stock like that. Buy it at this price, get out if ever the stock reverses its upward trend below 290. A stock like Nova Gold, it's close to break out its resistance at 512. The thing is, if it breaks 512, it might be a little bit too late to get into a stock like that, because already the stock is not breaking out its resistance, but it's surging by 5.29, 5.21%. So you could say, you know what, I'm going to build up my position on that stock, and instead of waiting for the stock to go below 464, because that will be too much of a loss potential, I'll get out if ever we lose either all of today's gains, or if we lose, let's say, if you put a 15-minute chart, if ever we lose, let's say, all of 470, if it goes below 475, which corresponds to a support of September 23rd. You could also get it into Perma Gold. It's still neutral, but getting in within this side of information, it's a great strategy with 236 as an exit point. The thing is, it's already surging by 5.11%. So if ever the rally continues among the gold sector and this stock breaks out higher than 252, by getting in right now, you'll be able to take some profit earlier. Pritchard Resources, it's a clear breakout. That stock is an exception. So make sure that a stock that is surging by already 5.24%, that you get out at 720. One strategy I would like you to do is, instead of only relying on the daily chart on those stocks, right? Because normally in the daily chart, this is the support at 714. I would suggest you, because it's the gold sector, gold stocks tend to be volatile. They're only surging because the US dollar went down today. Take a look at the 30-minute or 50-minute 250 period intraday charts on those gold stocks, and put your exit point whenever they break a former support of the last few days. So that will actually give you a stop loss that is higher, a stop loss that will minimize your loss if ever the upward momentum that we have today among gold stocks fades in the next few days. So welcome back, folks. So now let's continue here with some other stuff. I want to show you here a list of some bearish ETF that we've recommended, not recommended, but that we've shared with a lot of our customers of MarketGurus.tv. On September 22nd, they were published. So this list of bearish ETF, I think, could definitely remain interesting depending on what the market's directions the markets will take. Right now, no. Of course, if we're having a big intraday rebound on all indices, it's not a great timing to get into them right now, because eventually this rebound could bring the markets towards a point where we could have another relapse, right? Another fall. So this is why I will not get into those bearish ETF right now. I really think that we need, I know that Janet Yellen is talking later today, and she will talk about inflation and the economic policies, the economic policies of the Fed. And this is really important because, first, inflation, it's a big, important data that the Fed will base their decision whenever they're going to raise interest rate or not. And the economic policies of the Fed, which means that this is a way for Janet Yellen to express herself clearly, knowing that she's not going to have to answer questions, to express herself clearly, saying that, well, this is what the Fed intends to do. This is what we intend to be more clear in our next statements. So this is actually something really important, and she will speak in the University of Massachusetts. So I don't know if she's already speaking right now, but that wouldn't be one of the reasons why we have this slight rebound on all those stocks, those indices, I mean. Now, if we take a look at some stocks, I want to show you here, those are the list of the best day trading opportunity, but our best pick of the day that we have posted on our Facebook page is VBLT. That's a stock that has been recommended in the past here, I think, or there. Really, it's a stock that can be definitely explosive. So look how many entry points that stock gave. But one thing that has to be important is that you have to be quick to take some profit. So you had 2, 3 entry points, or at least 4 entry points. So you have to be quick to take some profits whenever you're making a 2, 3, or 4, or 5% on a stock like that. That's the difficulty on a stock like that that you're day trading. Another strategy that you should favor also, as I said yesterday, is that you have to be quick in taking some profits on your short positions. On MarketGurus.tv, what we have done, we had several short positions in our portfolio, and again today we have benefited from this morning's decline to take a first round of profits or even second round of profits on some of our positions, because I've shown you the situation in the American indices, folks. Yes, we have been going down for the last 3-4 days. However, you see the situation where we're close to a support on all the American indices. So the fact that we're close to that support, that could trigger a rebound. So this is why it's important to cash in on either your bearish ETF or your bearish positions. For instance, if you bought HXD on the TSX, I know that I've talked about HXD I think 2-3 days ago. Well, definitely HXD, I would say that if you bought it here at 520, for instance, I would say at this level, take some profits. Even if you're not making a 6-7%, I would say take some profits. Hold on to the rest of your position, but take some profit on a portion of your positions. That's something that's really key, that's really important, especially when we have market conditions like that, where sometimes at opening the decline continues, and later during the day we have a wave of buyers that's coming. So we have one questions from Bear. IBCP, I think I've heard of. Oh, okay. Independent bank. Beware, volumes are not that great. Only 153,000 shares being traded today. Usually on average it's 206,000 shares, so that's not a stock that's really liquid. Take that into account, Bear. But it's a pretty nice performer. You want thinking of buying if it returns above 1465. Yeah, I think 1465 is great, right? Because here you'll have the confirmation of an upward momentum. It's a great strategy, Bear. I totally agree with you. We have a tight, long neutral range. So you took a look at the intraday data, not only relying on the daily chart breakout. So 1465, yes. But as I said, the risk is that the stock is not really liquid. This is the thing I don't like on a stock like that. Also, there's that negative top on the stochastics, but so far the 10 days above the 30-day moving average. So there are more positive points than negative points so far, but the negative points are the volume. Stochastics I don't like, but you have the MACD that is okay. You have the histogram that is okay. The volumes are okay. So those are all the points that are great, but it needs to go above 1465. If it doesn't, forget it. But that's definitely a stock, a great strategy that you just laid out, Bear. A great job there. So we're gonna take a break, and after we're gonna take your other questions. As I said, the question bar is open, folks.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
Oh, wow, this is part of the bloopers. Anyways, welcome back, folks. No, I was just debating some stuff. So I want to show you here a list of the best breakdowns that we have today on the markets. We have one stock like Hudson Bay. I think Hudson Bay is one of the best breakdowns on the markets, especially with the wave of sellers that we have seen on the consumer discretionary sector, which is one of the weakest sector on the TSX. $23 as an exit point could be okay, but it might be too much of a loss potential in a stock like that. Yeah, so this is the thing that got me a little bit worried. But definitely we have no divergence at all because we're making a new low and the histogram is also lower. So this is actually something that's really great. Now, how far can that stock go? Well, I don't know if we could put the retracement there, if we could have that answer. So we see we could reach 21 or 2098 could be a target, a credible target on the short term. So the thing is that we could go even lower, right? But according to the Fibonacci retracement, that could be a target. So not too much on the downside. So I would, because of the 23, which is the normal exit point, because at $23, this is where we will reverse this downward trend. I would maybe open a half or a quarter of a normal position on a stock like Hudbay. As for Rona, a pretty nice breakdown there on that stock. You see the stochastics is not yet close to the oversold situation, so you have some room to go on the downside. Now, if you take a look at the downward corridor, we see that we could easily reach 1280, which corresponds to former support of February, which corresponds to the beginning of the year. So that is a target that you have on a stock like that. So it's really limited, but this is the point where you should trigger either a profit taking or close totally that position. Sonic, a pretty nice breakdown. The only thing on Sonic though, okay, yeah, this was a downward corridor. We got out of it. The thing is, we made an attempt to break that downward corridor here. Finally, we rebounded, and now we're going back down again. So that is something that's really bearish. The only thing I don't know, we don't have this divergence there because we're not making a new low compared to the low here. Because I was looking if there was a bullish divergence, but the stock is not as low as this one here, and the histogram is still higher, which is consistent with this chart here. So for me, this one could be okay for Sonic, $25 as an exit point. 21st Century Fox, but it's a big cap stock, so there might be some danger there on a stock like that. Twitter, I think it's one of the best short today. Really, Twitter, I have nothing to say against that stock. It's definitely shortable, right? Even on a yearly basis too. Look at this, stochastics is confirming a negative top. So yes, definitely a nice short opportunity for Twitter. Exit 2780 for Twitter. So those are the best short opportunity that we have today on the indices, folks. And as for the best day trade of the day, it's VBLT. But there's also another stock, which is VTL, right, which has performed really well. But why we favored VBLT is because it took more a percentage on a stock like that. But VTL2 has to be put on your watch list, I think. There's also Eldorado Gold, which performed pretty well. Is that a stock that you could buy, Eldorado Gold? Look, the stock is not breaking out any resistance yet. It's bounded by this 50-day, 10-day moving average. So support and resistance. So I'd like to see the stock going higher than possibly 418. Or if you say, you know what, I'm going to build up my position on Eldorado Gold because it's in a neutral range, and I'm going to make sure that if ever Eldorado Gold, by putting a 15-minute and a 250 period, by putting this chart, intraday chart, I'm going to get out if ever the stock goes below 385. I will get out on a stock like that. I think also that's an alternative for a stock like Eldorado Gold if you want to get in right now. But for day trading, this stock has performed pretty well. So I just want to say, folks, that today is my last week at Decision Plus. Chris just made a statement. I appreciate this one here. I just want to tell you that you are very helpful with your good explanations. I listened to your advice and confirm that I'm in a good way with better confidence. Good luck with your new challenges, and don't forget, live long and prosper. So those are great words, Chris. They're definitely words I will take to my heart, and definitely this experience here at Decision Plus was a great experience. The fact that you guys continue to ask some questions, interact with me, guys, definitely I've seen a lot of progress in your trading as well, especially on how you ask your questions. So really, I'm proud of you. If I contributed to make you better traders, that's my pay. And I really appreciate this time that I had at Decision Plus, but at a certain point, you know, you got to change. And I'm going to go for other challenges, and I want to say that it was really grateful to be part of your trading learning curve. So I wish you all guys a good trading. So far, I would say okay for gold stocks, but as I said, I lay out the strategy to minimize your loss. So this is the timing to get into gold stocks, but make sure that you put your stop loss or that you get out earlier than the support on the daily chart. And so far, folks, there are no other sectors that are standing out. Some short opportunities here and there on the TSX. It's mostly a lot of stocks in the consumer discretionary sector, and Twitter is one of the best short today on the indices. So see you tomorrow, and I wish you all a good trading.